thrilled that you're on here. We're happy to know that you're here, even though we can't see everybody. Robert Robbins is doing our presentation this evening. And Robert is Bob Robbins' son and my son-in-law Ryan's nephew. So I'm kind of on the hinge of a relationship there. Anyway, Robert graduated from Southern Virginia University. He's married to his beautiful wife, Kayleen, and they have 3 children, 2 months, 2 years, and 4 years, which I am. And I'm sure that household is very, very active. Robert is a Pro 6 with Lifevantage, and he will fill in all the rest of the details for you. Yep. And I thank you very much, and we thank you again for being here.
Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being on here. Thanks, Rebecca, for I'm going to mute. Actually, everyone's pretty good. So thank you everybody for being on here. It's a pleasure to be able to get on here and see everybody's faces, or at least see pictures, or I guess names for some people, right? But it's good to get on here and be able to converse with you guys and to share a little bit of my take on the presentation and what I like to share with people. And Rebecca, she's dead on. We are definitely family. And also we're family in Lifevantage too, which is really cool to be able to come family with most of you on here that we've had the pleasure of meeting. So like I said, my name is Robert Robbins. Been in the business for probably almost 7 years now. It's hard, and I say that because when I first got going, I didn't really dive into it. I didn't really get super excited about it. I did it because I felt kind of forced to do it. It was something that my parents really wanted me to look at and wanted me to pursue. And so that kind of starts into my story. So my story is when I got going, I was a college athlete. So I had the opportunity to play college football and at a little school out in Virginia. And so my parents are the ones that really wanted me to take this product. They talked to me about it. They showed me about it. They sent me bottles. As most kids are, I'm the baby of the family, and oftentimes I think I'm right, probably more often than I am. But it's something for me that I felt like I had more knowledge in the nutritional realm than my parents did, just because of playing college sports and having to know what you're putting into your body. So I said thanks, but no thanks, and really I was in Virginia. My family's all in Arizona, and so I never really thought that I'd have an issue with it until I realized my mom was coming out to my football games. And so that's one benefit of this business, is it allowed my family to come out to all of my home games, my freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And then actually my senior year, my parents were able to fly out to every single one of my games. So that was a cool bonus of this. But like I said, I didn't realize that my mom was going to see all of my products on the shelf. And so I decided, you know what, no better time than the present to try and prove my mom wrong. I don't know if who all in here, most everybody that I know has got kids, and, you know, even my little 4-year-old wants to try and prove me wrong. So like most kids, I tried to prove my mom wrong by taking this so-called little yellow pill that was supposed to help with all these different things. I knew that football seasons, I didn't really get healthier. Usually my body kind of got beat up and banged up pretty bad. And so I had the bright idea that I would take it during a football season. I would tell her that it didn't work, and that would be off my case. So fortunately and unfortunately, right, depending on how prideful you are. And at the time I had a little bit of pride, and I had the product at the end of I started taking it not just 1 a day, but 2 a day, just so that way I didn't get maybe you should try more than one kind of spiel that I just wanted it to be over with. So I took 2 a day, and at the end of the season, I actually finished in better health than when I started. My trainers were wondering what I was doing. My coach even called me into his office before one of our bowl games and asked me what I was doing, because he was worried that we were going to test positive for certain banned substances, things like that. And so we shared it with them, and I knew for right then and there that the product was definitely a game changer. And I was a young, healthy individual. I didn't have any of the major issues. And so if I knew that it could work on me, I knew it could work on other people. And then I had the opportunity to learn about the business. So I was going to business school, getting my business management degree. And actually, my dad is one of my heroes, one of my idols when it comes to the type of life he provided for my family, and also the type of time that he was able to dedicate to his children. And so that's what I wanted to do. So kind of monkey see, monkey do, right? I was going to school to get a good degree so I could go provide the lifestyle that my dad did. So when he sat down and said, son, you need to look at this, I knew that it was serious. And so he laid it all out for me. The business made sense, ran it past some of my business professors. And they said, hey, if you can get in front of one of these that have a few things, right? Have to have a legitimate, groundbreaking product. They have to have trends. They have to have timing. They have to have a good company and compensation plan. But they said, if you can get in front of one with those elements, you will be positioned in a great spot. And they still said, you're still going to have to work really hard. You're still going to have to treat it like a business. But in the end, it could reward you very handsomely. So dove in feet first, was able to retire my wife within about a year of doing the business. And then about 2.5, 3 years ago, walked away from traditional business as a whole because of this business, and was able to go and be able to walk away from traditional business myself, and did that solely for about 2 years. And then I was talking to Rebecca about it before, and then now I've been able to broaden my horizons and do some different private contracting work with different companies down here. That's been cool to be able to do, pursuing passions that way. So this business can allow you to do so many great things, and this has blessed our family. Like you said, life is crazy, life is busy, but it's something that's changed our life. So all I'm here to do, and all that I like to do, is just give people information, let them understand where we're coming from, where we're going, and why they should take a look at this, and then let them make the educated decision. So I'm going to share the screen real fast. Just a second. And all right. Okay. Can you all see that pretty good? Yes. Rebecca, can you see it? Okay, all right. So guys, I really like starting out like that, just because that's my story. That's why you should, why should you listen to me? Why should you even stick around and give me your time? It's because I was just like many of you, whether you're a new distributor, whether you've been in a long time, and whether you're a guest, there's never a bad time to listen and to really value your time and pick up things that really can change your life. So Lifevantage is a company, biohacking your body. So that was kind of a cool term for me. It's something that I really like to pay attention to because of what it means. So biohacking means taking control of a complex system in order to achieve a desired outcome. And so for me, that was huge. Being able to take control of your body through nutrigenomics. And that was stuff that I had never heard of in my knowledge of nutrition was nutrigenomics, which is the science of pretty much how the nutrition of what you eat, how it affects your genes and your gene expression. And so when I started hearing about this was since I got into this business, really has started to boom. And Melanie, who's on here, actually got that screenshot on the right, watching the Today Show, and was able to see that a third-party source, right, Oliver Wynn analysis, it says that the personalized health market will be a $600 billion industry. I think it was by 2020. Sorry, the thing is blocking here, but I'm pretty sure it was by 2020 was when they said the next multi-billion dollar, and I've even heard that it's the next $1 trillion industry, which, I mean, a lot of people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I know even people that I know that have been healthy majority of their life are they just feel run down. They just feel tired. And a lot of people are trying to be preventative in and with their health. And that's kind of the direction that people are going. And so to me, this was amazing, the fact that we were able to be the forefront and the pioneer of this movement. And so the flagship product is an NRF2 activator. And the reason that's important is because this study was done that says NRF NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. And I would challenge you guys to go find other things that do both, that are preventative and therapeutic. Usually, the products people take, whether it's pharmaceuticals or whether it's supplements, whatever it is, they usually do one or the other. Not very many things can do both at the same time, but also in this study found that it may be in the breakthrough in the history of medicine. Been around this for a while, and it's pretty cool. We had, he's since passed since I got involved. His name was Jack, and he was actually involved when he was around when Advil first came out, and hearing his stories about what people were saying about Advil and what it could do, he had painted a pretty big vision of what this could become. So literally, if you could be a part of something that would change the history of medicine, why not? Why not look at it? And this is a third-party source. So our flagship product, Protandim, NRF2, is the most potent on the market, and we'll kind of get into that, but I wanted to share this study with you first. To me, I'm a very visual person, especially with kids, right? I mean, I can't tell you how many apples and how many bananas that we've left out that started to look like this, the one on the left. And why is that? I never really thought about why is it when you cut an apple in half, does it start to brown? And it really is because the air you breathe is corrosive. The air you breathe really creates the different oxidative stress inside your body as you breathe a lot more. But there's so many environmental factors that cause it. I mean, kind of see the pictures around of what factors cause oxidative stress in your body. But oxidative stress, if you haven't heard of it, pretty much in simple terms, I'm a simple person. The way it was explained to me was our bodies are like cars, right? Your cells in your body, when you step on the gas of a car, exhaust comes out. Right. I mean, we're not, and you can get technical. I'm not talking about hybrids or talking about the different electric cars. We're talking about old-fashioned gas-powered cars, right? When you step on the gas, exhaust comes out. Same with our bodies. For every action, there's a reaction. It's the same with our bodies. So when our cells are producing and are working and combating these different environmental pollutants, and also the way we live, our body is outputting a lot more of this exhaust, which in turn is oxidative stress. So you've probably looked at a couple of these on the side. For me, guys, I'll just point out a couple that were really, really huge. Look, when I was looking at my family, it was the heart, because my grandpa had heart issues. Was cancer and different organs that failed. And then for me too was the joints. When I was in my third year of college football, I had a buddy that told me, he said, hey, he said, did you realize that they just came out with a study, and I don't remember the college, came out with a study that said if you play 4 years of college football, you have a 50% chance of being immobile or having a joint replacement by the time you're 50. And I was like, wow, to me, that's crazy. And so I was able to look at how old my dad was and think, man, if I'm 50 and I'm having to get knee replacements or hip replacements or shoulder replacements, man, that's going to limit my time with my kids. And so that really hit home to me, realizing that I'm not, most people just wait until they need the replacement to do something about it. And I don't know about you guys, but most people wait to get a headache to take ibuprofen or Tylenol. But this is something that allowed me to take control into my hands and be preventative with it. And that's what I like. So a little bit about the story. So most of you on here have seen the ABC Investigative Report. If you haven't seen the ABC Investigative Report, I would invite you to get with the person that brought you onto here to have them show it to you. But it's a great third-party tool and something that really caught my eye and was something that I really, really value as a tool to be able to share with other people. One, it validated the product, and two, it validated the business aspect and the fact that I don't need to know everything to share it with you guys. I literally can go on and share with everybody those things. So, so a little bit about the company story. So the company story, that ABC originally aired in 2005. If you're like me, I wondered why hadn't I heard about it. It was because it was a small biotech company that was just trying to keep afloat. They were phenomenal scientists, but they just didn't have the infrastructure and the business savvy to be able to to launch this thing forward. So we are a publicly traded company, which I love. I love being able to see the transparency that comes with this company. And then fortunately for me and the other distributors, it switched to direct sales in 2009. And the reason they did that is because it was something that had a story that needed to be told. I'd been into GNC hundreds of times, and this product had been in there. It never caught my eye. I never knew what it was. But if somebody was able to take the time and talk to me about it, it would be a lot bigger and had a lot bigger impact. And that's why they took it belly to belly, person to person business, because they understood that this product has a story that needs to be told. So here's a few of the studies. Because that original ABC Investigator report was aired, these institutions looked at the product and thought, wow, if this really does what it says it can do, which in the study it says that it can lower oxidative stress, which is that bad exhaust, can lower it 40% in 30 days, which is huge. And that's in 100% of all mammals that it was tested on, humans and animals alike. So these are some pretty big ones for me. I like the American Heart Association because, like I said, I've got heart issues in my family, and we were the only all-natural product ever featured in their Journal of Circulation to all of their cardiologists. And so if you guys want to know more about these individual studies, you can ask me or you can talk to the person that invited you. But I just wanted to show you, because for me to go over all the studies, we just don't have enough time here. But just showing that there's other validation to what we have. Yet again, you don't have to trust me. You don't have to trust the person that invited you. But these people are pretty dang smart in their field of expertise. I know that a lot of you on here, very smart, and collectively we're really smart, but I don't know if we're smarter and know more about the heart than those of the American Heart Association. And so that's what I like learning, is from people that are experts in their field. And like I said, these are some pretty big studies that were done. One that I just like to point out of the studies is this one was done with MS. So what's pretty cool is this company called Biogen paid its own doctors to go and to study what was the most potent NRF2 activator. So they studied their product, which was the original under results says BG12. They studied it along with multiple other NRF2 activators, and in their own study that they paid for, they had to say the results. And that was, interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. I mean, gosh, I don't know if that doesn't get you excited. I really don't know what will, because that's a third-party source trying to find other things that are inferior to their product, BG12. But in turn, their own studies, they found that our product works more effectively and efficiently than theirs. And theirs cost, last we checked, was around $45,000 to $55,000 a year for that MS drug. And ours is really costs $40 a month. Pretty phenomenal to see what your body can do when it's activated properly. So I'm going to run briefly through the products real quick and kind of just talk a little bit about each of them. If you have questions, I would encourage you to write them down about these products, but we have so many that are phenomenal that I just like to touch a little bit on each and see which applies to you and what you feel could benefit you, and then we can talk about it after, or you can talk about it with the person invited you. So here is the Protandim NRF2. We've already kind of talked a lot about it, but one of the cool things is the National Institute of Aging did a 10-year study on the product and showed that it increased the lifespan of male mice by 7%. That's phenomenal. I mean, I don't know how many products can extend your lifespan scientifically, but let alone all natural products. Pretty cool, pretty phenomenal. Then we branched into, so NRF2 works on your cells and creates these different enzymes that really help combat that exhaust. But this right here, the NRF1, works with your mitochondria. So your mitochondria, I just like to think of the powerhouse of your cells. It's what creates this ATP, which helps you with energy. And for me, I've got a lot of family that have a lot of different autoimmune diseases, and the mitochondria is really has been shown to have a lot of impact on that. So for me, it's kind of, NRF2 is really like the gas in the car. The NRF1 is like the oil. Which one is better? I feel like they're both necessary for you to function at 100%. But this really helps with your sleep, with your energy, and with different autoimmune diseases. And we can, like I said, we can talk about a little bit more after with stories if you are interested in that. But just know that this goes right along with NRF2. We do have the physique system, which contains of a few of our other products, but one that I like to highlight is this ProBio. I knew about probiotics, but I didn't really understand how important it is that, that 70% of your immune system is through your gut and how healthy your gut is. And so to me, I understood that this is really important with allowing you to function. And I can't believe how much is tied to your stomach. But our product, what I really liked is that the survival rate of our product, of those bacterias through your systems, is actually 60%. And so if you take probiotics, I would look and see what your survival rate is of the actual bacteria units that get through your gut into your into your intestines, and see what it is compared to ours, and we can go from there. But I love the patents that we have, the BioTrack and the WellImmune, and that's just how the delivery system, how the product is, how the probiotics are delivered. Omegas, yet again, a lot of people know that omegas, the fatty fish oils, the fatty oils are really good for you. We need omega-3s and omega-7s. Talked to a few chiropractors that said that this omega is really on par with a lot of their clinical and pharmaceutical grade. What I love about it the most is just the transparency that you can actually track from our bottle which boat your fish was caught on. And that's, to me, that was pretty phenomenal and pretty cool. And just shows the transparency of the product, but also how pure they're wanting to make it, and how effective and efficient the process is of getting that into our systems. So real quick, they won they were Stevie winner of the bronze, so International Business Awards. So I thought it was pretty cool. They actually have a pack of it all together. That's what I like to call the essential pack with what we have. So they're stacked. So this right here, LSU did a study on skin cancer real briefly. So they took the NRF2 from the inside, but the biggest organ of your body is your skin. And so they said, we're going to pick the inside out. Why not outside in? And so they actually put it into a true science regimen, which my wife really, really loves. And you can just see the results. And a lot of people who can't really see disease going on in your body, but you definitely can see your face in the mirror and see how this can affect your life. Whether you have eczema, scarring, and dry skin, there's a lot of issues that we've seen some cool results with this as well. And then they actually branched into the hair industry. Yet again, I didn't understand how important this was for a lot of people until I started talking to people about their hair and how much money people spend on their hair, and those that are worried about losing it. I always talk to my mom about, the weight management system. Your weight can fluctuate, things like that, but once you lose your hair, or your hair goes away, for my mom, that really defines her. And so they've actually taken the NRF2 and put it into this shampoo and conditioner and scalp serum, and they've seen some phenomenal results. And if you actually realize how quickly things are absorbed through your scalp into your bloodstream, it's pretty crazy. And I would challenge you to go check out how clean and good the products you use on your head are through an app called Think Dirty. It's pretty interesting to see what's good and what's bad in the products you use, and see where this could fit into your life. Axio is one of my favorite things that I like to drink. Was really heavy into the energy drinks before this, but they've come out with Axio, and I at first called it an energy drink, but it's really brain food, something that helps your brain to feel and to function at 100%. To me, the easiest way to make it make sense is there were some days I would have that I felt like my head was in a fishbowl, and just felt like I was moving slow, felt like I wasn't processing things. But as I take this product, I do feel a little bit of energy, but mainly I feel the clarity and focus that comes with it. And for me, that was huge, and being able to realize that I could take control of that. So we've seen people with ADD, ADHD, autism. We've seen people with different issues with brain function that this has helped. Yeah, we can't say it, cures, treats, prevents, but we can show you and talk to you after about some phenomenal results if that's something that interests you. And then, like I said, the physique line, they've got some pretty cool things there as far as the protein powder, prebiotic, and fat burner. Those are things that, yet again, are scientifically proven to work and have the utmost quality and ingredients in them. And they see where they fit into your life as they do into mine. So, and then lastly is Pet Tandem. Like I said at the beginning, that this works on 100% of the time on 100% of all the mammals that's been tested on. We have a lot of our furry friends that we love and care about as we do. Some people might even like them a little more than their own kids, right? But we, how often do your pets die of some type of disease? And this has helped those a lot. So these are different markets that we're open in, and then where you can also be a customer, which is pretty cool to see us expand. As I've been in this business, we've seen it expand quite rapidly, and but it also shows where else we still need to keep going, because if you eat, breathe, sleep, you need our products. So that's pretty phenomenal. Real quickly, a lot of us have heard of Uber, Airbnb, Facebook, Amazon. This is really what we like to call the gig economy, where you're paid for, almost like a musician, right? You're paid for a service. And so instead of being paid hourly or salary, we're seeing a lot of people turn to gigs. Pay me for my project or for what I do, and then go on to the next. And that's kind of the trend that's being started, is people looking for side hustles, side jobs, but also full-time income through this gig-based economy. Like I said, it's nothing new. We have musicians, we have comedians, we have actors, actresses that work on this type of scale, getting paid for gigs. That has been around for years, but we're seeing it go to the masses more. And so that's what kind of takes us into this S curve, where when do you see the most growth in your company? And all those companies that I just showed you are in that late majority. They've been around, they've hit their momentum. If you want to, you can go look at their stock and see where Uber stock was when it started out to where it is now. Airbnb, Amazon, go see where their stock was starting out and where it is now. You can see that they're in that late majority, even into the laggard stage. And so, but when would have been the best time to get involved was when they were early adopters, and that's when most get involved. And that's right where we're at. We're early adopters to early majority, which means that you're still everybody uses that Bing word, ground floor, but we really haven't hit that momentum yet. And there's a lot of numbers that go into this, but what I like to show is that everything is lined up with our trends, with our timing, with those different aspects of a good business opportunity. And we have phenomenal leadership, and you can see the projections of where the company is going to go. And they ride that momentum. So that to me was really exciting. And like I said, would you like to be in first or last was the easiest way it made sense to me. And first usually is harder and usually a lot more pressure and a lot longer. But if you're first, then usually you participate in that journey. And so I knew from basic business was that the 20% usually make 80% of the money in the company. It's usually the 20% that have been there the longest, or that have the most experience in that field. And so yet again, that's where we're at in this company is first. This is the markets, guys. I mean, I don't think there's any one on here would disagree with what the market is like. The anti-aging, the skincare, the pet care, the energy, weight loss, and hair care. Huge markets out there to be captured. People care about those things. I care about them, and I know most of you on here care about them, or else you wouldn't be here. But those are huge, and we have something that is game-changing in every single one of those categories, which excites me as a business person, but also as a consumer, realizing that I'm taking such high-quality products. And then there's a proven system that we have here, which I said timing and system kind of go hand in hand, because if you have phenomenal timing, you can have phenomenal company, but if you don't have a system that helps you to be successful, it's really hard. It's kind of like for me, like I said, I played football. You can have a phenomenal team. You can have some great coaching, but if you don't have, the playbooks and a system, usually that team can only go so far. But if you have system, you have playbooks, and you have the right plays, the right playbook in place, then that's going to take you a whole lot further. And that's what we have in this business is we have phenomenal coaches, we have phenomenal leadership, and we have a system that is being shared company-wide with everybody to be successful, and that allows you to put it into your hands. So getting in a little bit about the business aspect, I like to share this is the traditional business plan, right? Is the first 20 years of your life is you're learning. A lot of people are learning past their 20s, but you're learning, and then you usually get into a career about the time you're 20 years old. We've been taught that, you work 40 to 50 years to be able to retire on 40 to 50% of what was hard to live on in the first place. But guys, how many people do you know that are able to retire nowadays? I'm seeing more and more people that are in their late 60s, early 70s that are still working. And there are a lot of people I talk to that are in their mid 40s that say, I don't know how I'm going to retire. I guess I'm just going to work until the end. I'm like, man, that system is broken. The work until you're 60, 65 is broken. And so how many years does that get you to live your golden years? But here in Lifevantage, they allow you to learn your first 20. And then get involved, and then you earn and learn at the same time. And then if you put in that work up front, and then it's up to you at the pace that you're able to build this, then you get to live your golden years in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s. And you know what? Even in your 60s, be able to build something that allows you to retire. And so it's pretty interesting talking with my father about this. I looked up on NerdWallet that you can look it up, and you can actually type in there how old you are, what you have in savings, what you make a year, and what you would need to start saving to retire at what age. It's pretty cool, a retirement calculator. But when I put in that, if you had residual income coming in, what that does for how much you need in the bank, it was phenomenal and was really exciting. And I'll talk about that in just a little bit as well. But to get started, guys, to get involved with this business, there's 3 ways to come in. We have a silver pack, which is $350, comes with product. But it also, you're not just buying a spot in the company. You're getting product. You're getting the training systems. You're getting a front office and a back office as far as digitally and online. You're getting a customer service group. You're also getting any branding or any marketing goes out for you as well. Same thing with the $650, you just get more product. And then the $1250 is really is you get the product that you're going to need to take for you and your family, and then also be able to go either sell it or give it, do what you need with it. But that's really the 3 packs that we have to come in at based upon what you see yourself doing in this business. Not everybody wants to get involved with this to be able to go retire. Not everybody wants to replace their income with this. And, some people just want to make a little extra money. Some people just want to get a good deal on the products. And those are things that we can talk you through afterwards. It is what is best for you. And that's what I love about the company is it's not what's best for me as a distributor or what's best for the person that invited you, but what's best for you as a consumer, for you as a person, and then we tailor that to you, which I love. So, and then, like I said, here's just kind of everything laid out just yet again so you see it all. There is free shipping on certain products coming in January, which is really cool. There's going to be free shipping. They're incorporating free shipping into everything. But guys, there's a lot of really, really cool things that you could do and benefit your health with here. So how do you make money? If this is something you see as a business opportunity, we get paid weekly, we get paid monthly. There are Smart Start bonuses, which you get paid on when people enroll as distributors or customers. But that's not why I got involved in this, because to me that was just another sales job. But it was the monthly, the royalty commissions, the building a network that really, really got me excited. Was those that take the product. We have the retention rate is huge. It's just like Amazon when you get something and you get it for a subscription and you pay for it monthly, same thing here. As people purchase the product monthly, they actually get, you would get a royalty bonus there. There's some cool generational matching bonus, elite bonus pools, where you can participate in all the products sold in the world. We're ranked in the company from 1 to 10, and you can actually see what they make on the next slide. I'll show you. But what's cool is once you reach rank of Pro 7, you actually start participating in the sales throughout the whole world, which is awesome. I don't know people in all the countries that we're in, but sure as I'm excited about getting to Pro 7 to be able to participate in those sales. And like I said, you can spend hours on the comp plan. We can sit down and show you penny for penny where all the money is going. The company pays roughly 51 cents of every dollar made by the company is paid back to distributors. And we can actually break down those to the penny of where they all go. Guys, this right here was exciting to me because we are publicly traded. Our 1099s are made public. And so you can actually see what the average rank makes. Like I said, we're the rank of a Pro 6. You can see what the rank of Pro 7, 8, 9, 10. But guys, I mean, what number on here would get you excited? Not where you want to finish, but what would get you excited about doing something? I can tell you when I did that retirement calculator, like I was telling you, was that if you reached a rank of Pro 4, if you made an extra $1,000 a month, that literally cut what I needed to have in retirement in the bank in half. So based upon all the calculations, it literally cut, I was always taught that you needed about $1 million in the bank to retire. Now they're actually saying that when I did the calculator that I would need roughly $2 million of my cash sitting in the bank to retire and live off that interest. But when I put in what the Pro 4 makes, just because I wanted to see the different tiers so we could relate, even just what a Pro 4 makes, that cuts it from 2.1 million down to less than $1 million in retirement. So I was like, wow, that just really hit home, because my dad always talked to me about what this could do just for a retirement aspect. But guys, what would this do for you? What dreams does this allow you to create? What would an extra $3,000-$5,000 do for you? And like I said, we know not everybody, has the desire, the passion, and the drive to go make the thousands of dollars a month. But I can tell you with a surety that if you want to change people's lives with their health, that can be done. And in turn, you will be able to get that Pro 2, Pro 3 rank where you're getting your products paid for and a little extra. So I don't know what would excite you, but those are the ones that excited me. And we can show you how to attain each rank. What's cool is there's everybody on here up to Pro 6. Usually my parents are on here, they're Pro 7. You have people that are at each individual rank. And so we can tell you, this isn't necessarily say, hey, this is how to get here, but this is how we did it. This is how we got to Pro 6. This is how we got to Pro 7, Pro 4, Pro 5, Pro 3. This is how we got here, and we'll show you how to do it. That's what I really like. It's kind of like when I was doing football, and if I had a trainer that was fit and in shape and could do the lifts, I was more likely to listen to that one than my coach that maybe had too many donuts and wasn't in shape trying to tell me how to get in shape. So like I said, I appreciate everybody getting on here. Those are a few, that's just to me the things that related to me, and hopefully something in there could relate to you. For those of you that are distributors, hopefully there's something you pick up the things you like, the things you don't like. And if you're on here as someone that is just looking, let the person know that invited you where you're at. If one of three things, right? If you want to better your health through our phenomenal products, whether you want to better your wealth through the compensation plan and the products, or if this isn't for you, and if it's not for you, that's okay. Don't go into the witness protection program. Don't start avoiding the people that invited you. But really, just let them know. You know what? Thanks, but no thanks. Because I can tell you that means a whole lot more than if you go and start ignoring them. Because you are a friend, because you're loved and cared about, you were invited. So just with that same respect, because you love and care about the person that invited you, please just let them know what you are, 1, 2, or 3. And that's it for me. Is there any questions?
Great job, Robert.